Hello and welcome back to Silverrun Forest. We are in the fifth last episode of the whole series. Sorry, sunflowers, we're driving over them a bit. We have 59,400 litres of sunflower seeds to sell today. We also have the big pile, which I believe is approximately... oh, I really can't remember. I want to say maybe 20,000 at most, but I can't remember exactly. But Silverrun Market is blimey. Whew. Right, forgot about that. Yeah, a bit extra weight in the back. The lorry didn't expect that. Anyways, Silverrun Market is very near to us. Quite literally on the other side of the tracks. As long as no train is coming, we should be fine. Right, we'll turn this way. We'll definitely make certain to ride the roller coaster at least once more before the end of the series. But yes, as I said, this is 5 episodes, including this one, to go. Episode 46, and we're on our way. Right, so this should be the spot to sell our sunflowers. So let that do its thing, and the money is going up. It is the best price it can be right now. I believe it's just on the way down from the best price by £1 per 1,000 litres, so it's really not that bad. Brilliant, that's really good. About 150, call it £150,000. So what we'll do is we'll head back up to the yard, and we do have the loader up there, so we can get that loaded into this trailer, get it sold, and then we'll move on. Alright, so we're back up here now, and I reckon this is probably the best place for the lorry, because we do need the high tip space of this monstrous loader, which has, I'll be honest, this is probably my favourite piece of equipment from the Platinum expansion, but then again the little Volvo tractor is quite good as well. The tree harvesters are good, but again, just with the whole wheel thing, it's can be potentially problematic at times. Right, so this should be 2 bucket loads. Right, that'll do. Very, very quick. And then it should be another, if it's about a third of what we had, so we should be about, I don't know, £75,000, I don't know, that's about half actually. Probably about £50,000, all said and done. Look how quick, unloads so fast. Don't even need to time-lapse the loading session, because we are essentially done. And hopefully none does spill out the back. That was a concern of mine when I loaded it here, or unloaded it rather. Usually, it's pretty good about getting anything through the walls if we are missing any. I will have a quick look before we take off, but it does seem like we're pretty good. So yeah, it was about 18,000 litres of sunflower seeds on the ground. So we'll load this up. And that should do it. Not sure what we'll need the loader for anymore after this, but we will tuck it away still. We don't need to sell anything just yet. We'll do a big selling session at the end of the series, as we did with Fooling, so that should be quite good. Right, I'll have a quick look here. Should be all right, but it is good to make absolute certain that nothing is sneaky. Beautiful. Also, one thing that is sort of bothering me, but I don't know if it's bothering anyone else, is the fact that the lorry is filthy compared to the trailer. Let's get just enough room. There we are. Give it a quick spray and we'll see you at Silverrun Market. Alright, with our brand new looking lorry, all freshly detailed and clean, we will unload the last of the sunflower seeds, and we should get, like I say, about £50,000. Should be alright. And 42 plus 2, so yeah, close to 43 or so, 44. Very nice, very nice. At this point it's just difficult to say that a price is good or not, because at £3 million it's just, yeah, extra income at this point for not really. But it is still nice to maximise our profits if we can. But we do have, speaking of profits and maximising them, we do have one other item to sell, potentially 2, depending on the price, but paper rolls are actually best sold in March as well. So we will head down to the paper factory, and it's very likely that we will snag the carton rolls as well, simply because they were there. And it will save us a trip when it comes time to selling all of the other things towards the end of the series. So for now, we'll head down to the paper factory and grab what we need. Alright, the good old paper factory. I suppose we could just put the lorry there, get it loaded up. We have at least two paper rolls and one carton roll, but it says missing materials, which means we are out of everything. So obviously we'll deactivate that, we might as well, there's no real reason to deactivate those, but we do need to get them shifted. We can do that later on, but yes, I will get these loaded up now. Actually, hang on, while this metal was meant to go in there. Maybe it is slowly. Right, let's... Oh, wow. 2 armoires per pallet, please. Right, we'll get these just shifted down. I know it's a bit cheeky, but we do want more to spawn. That should be fine. We should have a few pop out, actually. Pop, pop, pop. Nope, there we are. Brilliant. So, that's fine for now. We'll head back up here. We'll get the paper sorted, and then we'll see what's remaining in the production, whether or not it's worth bringing maybe a bit of wood down. Or if we're better off just selling directly from the production. Alright, one quick thing I should check before. Paper for certain today, but what about the carton? So paper, we're at 10448. Yeah, Elm Creek's always going to be better. It's going down. It says, blimey, it says March is awful. February would have been better, but we'll take it now anyways. Carton says May, $9.99. It's still better than the best price. We'll take it. We'll take it anyway. So we'll take the lot and we'll get it loaded on, and then we'll see you down at the train station. And there we have the last carton pallet loaded, and we should get no more. But this is loaded up. Yeah, it's always a bit finicky doing this. Why I didn't stick it in a time lapse, because it is a bit finicky. Some of the pallets weren't sticking proper. Anyways, more than I thought. Actually, I did not expect to get that much. But how much is left? Right, not nearly enough to bring anything down. So we'll find our production, and we'll turn that to selling, and that to selling. And then we'll do a bit of selling of our own here. So we'll see you down at the train station. Perfect. So I did stop off to grab the wooden beams that we have left. I will call the train. Just make sure, see where it is on the map. I do like to wait for it to show up near the top of the map before we actually call it. Because if it's not up here, there's a chance that it's here and it might reverse all the way. Although that might be quicker. I don't know. We'll call it. See where it is. 2.3 kilometers away. We can't really load anything on because it is well, because there's no train. So once the train's here, we can actually load. But I will get the pallets at least started, at least the first one. And in the meantime, we'll just wait for the train. So we'll see now if it lines up nicely for me to put the wooden beams on. Nope, it sure did not. I wonder if there's a reason why it sometimes goes further up or it goes farther back. But nevertheless, here we are. So we'll put the wood beams on this bit, just because that makes the most sense. Beautiful. Right, we can strap down for safety, and then we'll pull the train forward a bit more so that we can get a really nice area lined up here. We'll try and put a few different sections exposed so that we can get all of them on without having to move the train again. I don't know how this queue is formed. No idea. But no matter as well. So we'll get all of these unstrapped in one go. And well, we'll get to loading. fairly struggle-free as well to get the paper pallets on. They usually are not as struggle-free as that, so we'll strap these manually, because we can do. And we'll head to the train here. The engine of the train, and we'll make our way. 455 litres of wooden beams, 8,400 of paper and carton. Happy days. So we'll see you at the sell point. Alright, here we go. And the paper and the wood all sold at different increments, so I'm not entirely certain. 114, so 2... Oh, it's not bad actually. Over £200,000. Well over £200,000 actually. But that was brilliant. Not 100% certain how much over. I suppose we could check. Can we not? There we go. Oh, that's including. That must be our reward fee. This must be all the reward. What's that? Oh, that's probably sold buildings and that when I sold productions. But that's pretty good. Sunflowers and some wood as well. Speaking of sunflowers, we do have our field, one of our fields nearby. Oh, it's not that close, is it? We'll head down. Right, no, would have been very far to run that. We do have some sad-looking fields here. As you can see, we desperately need... Look at the weeds are taller than I am when I crouch down. Well, we don't have to worry about de-weeding just yet. We will be direct drilling, and I know at one point I mentioned direct drilling some corn. Well, planting corn in the first place because I wanted to take advantage of using the new DLC, but I reckon we'll save that for another time. What I'd like to do, especially since I have all my bees set up, is plant sunflowers once again. I never do them, so the fact that we can actually focus our all 3 fields now on sunflowers will be quite fun. We don't need to sell the oil or anything, just the seeds, and just for some good farming fun. So we probably need to get in here first with some lime, as well as some fertilizer, some nitrogen. We are lacking in both, so we'll get that sorted, and then we can plant some sunflowers. Alright, so we're back at the shop now, and I've just realised as well that for that whole liming period, I had my mic muted. So that will be probably one big time lapse in post-production, but we do need more big bags of lime. I'm thinking I'm going to go for 3, because that field will be newly needing of lime. Plus we have to finish what we have here as well. But I will also, while I'm here, collect the Iseria Scout. I was going to use the Kubota, but since we are here, might as well. We can't do any soil sampling with that, so yeah, we'll definitely get the soil sampled with the Iseria Scout. Literally, its only utility is to soil sample. So we'll get this connected. We'll finish the liming in field number 2 first, and then at least we can we'll have the soil sampler all ready to go. So we'll see when the lime is all done. Alright, well there is the end of the liming for now, because we of course have to lime our new field once we get it scanned, of course. or the soil sampled. So we do have our soil sampler here attached to the front of the vent. Now we need to open it up and put the little, that's nice, little thing that goes into the ground. So we'll make certain to get as much of the space as possible, because we did extend it quite a fair amount. Now hopefully that's acceptable. Should be fine. Might overlap a bit, but I would rather do that than miss bits. But again, the miss bits will be so minuscule as well that it doesn't really matter too much. But we are essentially going to just be doing some soil sampling, so we'll crack on with this. I might put it in a time-lapse, but it might be a bit boring, so it might end up just being a jump cut as well. Either way, we'll see you when it's done. And we have just the one little section left to analyse. This will bring us up to 15 soil samples taken, which is fine. Let's have a look. Absolutely wonderful. Now that that's done, it really brings our score down, but that is only because we haven't done anything to it. Oh right, we also have to send them to the lab, which is why. Because, not why, no, why key binding, only joking. And we should arrive the results, or have the the results should arrive rather in a matter of seconds. Hello? There we are, soil samples analysed, 750 pounds. It's alright. I was expecting a lot worse, to be honest, but yes, as you can see, the loamy sand and the sandy loam both continue just like that. Wonderful. It's like an egg. Brilliant. Well, now that we have that sorted, I suppose we should just sell the soil sampler. We won't need it for anything else. We could have just leased it, I guess, but no matter. I'll tuck it away. We don't need it anymore, so we get it unfolded. We'll fold it up, rather, and we'll connect to the lime spreader, and we'll get that limed as well. Now, as I have done a load of liming this episode already, I will probably just do it in a cheeky jump cut, because, yeah, that's just a lot of liming going on, and it is good to break it up, although I do want to get all three of these fields drilled, planted today, in March. Frankly, in this episode, to be honest, if possible, as well as the rolling. As long as it's all done in March, then that's happy days, because then we'll do one massive sunflower harvest, and it will be very nice indeed. Right, so as you can see, the numbers are going down rather quickly. Oh wow, it was very rapid, very, very rapid. So we will absolutely need to fill up some more lime, but no matter, because we'll have it done in no time. Alright, we're just delivering the spreader back into the shed. Can tuck it away very nicely, just like that. Should be fine. We might need it again for fertilizer, but potentially not. We do have the sprayer, but I believe there's herbicide in there, so we should really get this sold, I think, the weeder, because I don't think we'll use it. I did buy it and I was going to use it, but since we have so much herbicide anyways, reckon we can probably attach this. I'm going to attach to the front because I am because I'm going to take the planter with us. Going to take it down to get some sunflowers planted. However, I don't know if we'll be sticking with this particular planter. Now that we have 3 fairly sizable fields, I'm very tempted to consider another size. I will have to double check the horsepower requirement for a bigger planter, but I believe our Fendt can handle most anything. I mean, look at what we're doing right now, for example. I mean, this isn't overly bearing, this is all light equipment, but still. Nevertheless, we shall see how we can perform with a brand new planter. Now, I know I've just purchased this and I've used it for 1 season and it's been great and all, but I think I bought it more in with financial sort of uncertainties in mind. But, oh right, we should probably get out all of the seed. And I think I made a mistake and I left some seed and some fertilizer at the... Yeah, we've got this here. Oh, it's light enough to pick up as well. That's kind of neat. Right, we'll just move it out the way then. We'll put it with the seed here. We will need more seed and we will need more fertilizer, but I believe I have some at the up there. I might take the pickup and go and grab some. But first thing, we'll get this into... Right, we'll get this into the selling area. I did sell the Azaria Scout, by the way, and we got about £15,000 for it, so not too bad. I swore we got this used anyway, so we'll repair it, sell it, and... yeah, go on. We'll get some... well, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. 12.2. The biggest base game is 18.2, so that's literally 6 times bigger. 350, I think we can manage, and the nice thing is as well... right, but we can only put liquid fertilizer in this one, which is fine actually, because... how long? That's 9 meters. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. This one you can't even put any. So we'll get this, we'll get some liquid fertilizer. We might have to forego any of the solid we have, or use it in the future for the second application. But we oh no, we shouldn't need to anyways. So perfect, yeah, we'll buy this. This is absolutely amazing. I'm going to put this on, new one. Perfect. So this is 6 meters bigger than what we currently have, which is amazing. And why not purchase it? It hasn't even made a dent in our finances. So we will sell this one. And now we don't have to worry about going back for seed. Oh yeah, we'll go get some seed, because here we only have 507, so we'll need a bit more than that. So we'll get this hooked up, we'll get it all loaded up, and then we'll see you down at the fields. Alright, well here we are at field 1, which I reckon would be the best place to start. We will get it opened up, this massive planter. You can definitely feel the weight of it when you're driving and when you're turning. It's definitely a lot heavier than the other planter I had. That goes without saying, I reckon, because it is 6 meters longer, for one thing. As you can see, also 2,000 litres of liquid fertilizer and 2,000 more litres of seed should be plenty. Before we go, let's make sure we have sunflowers enabled, and let's turn it on and see how it goes. Oh, looks so good. Any missed bits we'll come back for, as we usually do, but ideally we'll miss no bits. But can't guarantee that, and that's fine. Look at that. So as you can see, the nitrogen was horrendous. It's almost as though there was none in it, as we are adding roughly about 100, well, anywhere from 85 to 100 kilograms of nitrogen per hectare. So we're adding a fair amount of fertilizer to the field, but no more and no less than we need due to precision farming. Same can be said for the lime that we put in as well. Right, this is amazing. So not only have we increased our actual width of planting, but we've actually increased the overall amount based on having one extra field. And happy days with that. It's going to be so beautiful to have all the little happy sunflower faces all staring up at the sun at the same time. It'll be lovely. I was going to potentially stagger the... well, I was thinking about staggering the planting sessions, but then I decided, nah, I'd rather not, because I want to have the harvest done all in one sort of massive harvest session. Kind of like we're doing with the planting, because we are doing a massive planting session this episode, because we are going to get all 3 fields planted and rolled by the end of it. Should be by the end of the episode without issue. That might require some, not so much time lapses, but a few jump cuts here and there as well, just to ensure everything runs smoothly and we get it all done. That's the priority. Nothing else really matters for the rest of March, as long as we can get the fields planted with sunflowers and then rolled. Right, well, it looks like this is the last cheeky bit that I missed. It's literally a single row, don't know how, but it is done, and that means field 1 is complete. So I'll have a cheeky peek at it from this view and see that in fact it is all growing. Right, harvested and ploughed, perfect. So we are direct drilling all 3 of them anyways, which is absolutely fine. Oh right, I've just remembered something. Let's have a quick look at one more thing before we move on. Honey! I've completely forgot about the honey. And wow, good thing I've checked, because that is a very good price. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is Sunnyside Cafe, beautiful. We will go there, but first I want to at least get a helper on, because we've got loads on with the planting. So what I'll do is I will do one little drive along the bottom here, because we do have that fence, which I found out does not have a collision. I accidentally was inside of it on the other side, and nothing happened, so it's alright. But I will do the bottom bit. I usually do it for myself anyways, because I just don't like driving through fences if I can help it, even if they're collision free, especially if they're collision free. But this will help the helper out, I reckon, so I will do just the top, just this bit, top or bottom, whatever end you're looking at, and then I'll set the helper off going up the other way. I reckon that's the best way, or maybe this way is fine. That's, oh right, missing a bit now. Just get to the end here and have a look, because it's just awkward shape. That probably is best, but you know what? Let's stick it on the other way, because there's less to hit. There's loads of trees on this side and all that, so I'll just tidy this up. Brilliant. I'll tidy that up, and then I'll stick the helper on the far side, and the next time we see you, we'll be in one of the lorries with the Krona trailer collecting our honey to sell. Right, so we'll just turn into here, and the honey looks all ready to go. We'll have quite a few pallets, I reckon. It might take a few moments to deal with, but while I'm here I can actually also tend to some of the sheeping things that need be done. Let me just line up nice and activate the auto load, especially with honey. Honey in general, unless of course it's a very small honey setup. I should keep it running. Oh no! I've accidentally taken a fabric pallet, so I will remove that from there, because we need to take that with us. Here, I'll be a bit cheeky and put it in front of the other one. That's very cheeky, but then I will turn this back on, and it should start collecting all of the honey as it spawns. Now, I don't know how much will actually show up. Oh, more went in. Right. While that's doing its thing, I will very quickly shuffle a few items over, so including those fabric pallets, and then we can check on the helper, because as it stands the helper is just doing their thing. I reckon they'll be fine. Hard to say though, because the helpers can be a bit daft at times. Right, we'll just, for now, we'll just collect these first, put them into the production, get the fabric sorted over at the tailor shop, and then we'll have, as I say, have a look at the helper, see how they're getting on. Right, this will not work very well. Whoop. Now that I know I can do a couple of wool pallets at once, that is very handy, especially on the far side. Right, I'll get this sorted nice and neat. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I probably will just jump cut this, because we did a bunch of wool loading in the last episode, so we'll get this sorted, and we'll see you when the honey is all loaded up. And here goes the last of our wool. Right, absolutely brilliant. So we'll just tuck this to the side, and hopefully all the honey has been added to the lorry. 16,000 litres. Here, we'll turn this off for a second, just to see if any more. Here, we'll pull up as well just a bit, just to see if any more pallets spawn, because how do you know, right? How are you supposed to know unless they just stop going into the lorry, because I don't know. Oh wow. 400, 400. I suppose that's the last of them. Because oh, nah, there's still loads on. What we'll do is we'll just reverse back into that place, and we'll turn that back on. Let's see how we're doing as well. We load it up. I just don't want to accidentally overload and then not have enough room for everything. Wow, that looks very impressive. Okay, so we'll leave it there for now. We'll go and check on the helper that's almost done. I can't believe it, how quick. That is amazing. I mean, it didn't take me that long to load all the all the pallets up. I didn't think it took that long, at least. Right, well, to be honest, I mean, I don't want to mess with the helper. They've got one more pass that they can probably do themselves. I can't really tell. It's a bit hilly, but this last bit I can touch up if need be. But blimey, they are doing spectacularly. But we'll probably do the other one ourselves as well. Plus, do not forget, all the fields must be rolled. Luckily for us, our roller is massive. I believe it's the most massive you can get at 24 meters, so about a little bit bigger than this, about 50% bigger than this. Slower though, unfortunately, because it's 15 kph, 12 kph. Blimey. Okay, well that will take some time, but that's no matter. We'll let the helper to carry on doing this, and 20,000. So it's full, which means we should probably take it. Yeah, alright, let's do it. So we'll take this, and we'll see how many pallets are there when we get back. If it's full, then happy days, because we might have even more honey to sell. Ah, look there, the helper is completed. Let's very quickly check on that, though. Right, I'm going to quickly set them up, try and do one last sort of pass if I can do, because I didn't get it all. Right, we'll deal with this, and then I will see you at Silverrun Market. Alright, we are approaching Sunnyside Cafe. I know I said Silverrun Market, but I definitely meant Sunnyside Cafe. Now, if I'm not mistaken, this should be the spot right here. So it'll be in sections, I reckon, based off the fact that... yeah. So we'll let it sell section by section, slowly advancing as we go, because I would like to get it all in one if I can do, or not. 38,000 plus 2,000 plus 6, that will get a total later, not a problem. We'll just get it all in there, but it's still going to be a fairly decent amount. Oh, got the door stuck on the car. We'll get the last few in. And the last bit here. That's fun to make sure it's empty. Fantastic. Can we see, in fact, how much... right, income harvest, that must be it there, about £80,000. That's not too bad, and we have more to collect. So I did stick the helper on to our third field to allow it to get a bit of the planting done. So we'll check on them, and once we load up with honey, or at least load next to the honey, and then we'll check on the helper. Oh yes, as you can see, it is full once again of honey pallets. So, I've just got an achievement as well. The plot thickens. How does it? What does that mean exactly? Right, we'll let that load up. We'll go and find our... it must have to do with planting or something. Oh, it's doing alright. Even I did the far side and the left-hand side there as far as the actual planting goes. But I suppose we could probably finish this up ourselves. The helper's done amazingly, but we can probably clean it up. We're not doing nearly as nice of a job, but it is coming along. So hopefully by the time that we have done the planting, all of the honey has been collected by the trailer, so that we can finish that, sell them, and go from there. Because the last thing we have to do is to roll. Nothing like ending the night with a good roll. So we'll do that, and then we're done for March. But we'll finish the planting first. And with that, we have completion on planting all of our fields. Look at that. They look amazing, all three of them. This one in particular, I always love the texture of the planter, but it only looks like this when you've ploughed. So you plough. I don't know about cultivating. I'm not 100, possibly, but yeah, the direct drill doesn't look nearly as pretty, unfortunately, but it is better for our score reward, our environmental score reward. Right, now before we pop off to get the roller, I will have a check here on the helper. Not the helper, rather the lorry with that is helping. Yes, we have an uneven number, which I will assume means we're full up. So what I'll do very quickly is, before we sell this final load, I will wait, make sure that everything has been taken. I will go to the farmyard with the Fent and collect the roller, and we'll come back here and stick a helper on and get them to help with it as well. Right, well there goes the helper. So now that that's safely in the hands of somebody, we can head back to our lorry and double check that everything is gone. Okay, so it is, but we will collect this very last pallet. Excellent. And we will see you back at the cafe. Alright, this time I decided to reverse into the trigger. Might miss out on some, there we are. Have to open the back and see. Oh, did miss a bit of one. Come on, come on. Right, get this all unloaded. Oh, and forward just a bit. And there we have it. Total, we'll find out in just a hot second, comes to 113 for just for honey. That's just for honey. I remember on Frühling, I think we had quite a bit as well. Honey's not too bad, and it just kind of happens, right? So, right, we'll take this back to the yard. I call the iron furnace yard a yard as well. It's just my truck yard, I suppose. Anyways, we'll bring it back there, and then we can check on the helper. As you can see, the helper's getting on quite nicely. And this is a beautiful way to end the episode. So the rest of the rolling I'll get done myself, again probably off camera, because the rolling is not the most exciting thing to watch, and it has been an absolutely action-packed and a bit longer than usual episode, but we've just got so much on before the very end of the series, so getting it all done. But this is where we leave it for this episode. So as always, thank you so much for watching, and until the next episode, please do take care, and bye for now.